my recent trip to Walt Disney World, I ate at 34 restaurants on Disney World property. So today I'm going to be ranking them for you. If you'd seen my vlog series, you would have seen how I talked about, oh my god, this food is amazing. This restaurant's definitely my favourite. It lost all meaning by the end of it. I just kept saying it. So today I'm going to actually rank the restaurants. So hopefully it will give you a better idea of which ones I loved the most and which ones came down at the bottom of the list. I do have to say that since my previous visit in 2018, the food had improved so much. I remember before the food was kind of all a bit lackluster, most of it was lukewarm, not many meals really stood out, whereas this time almost everything I ate was incredible. There was no really bad meals and no restaurants that I would absolutely avoid. But today I'm going to rank them so I can give you an idea of which ones I liked more than the others. Because I ate in so many restaurants at Disney World, I'm going to break this ranking down into a few videos. So today I'm going to cover breakfasts, buffets and character dining meals, and then I'll also do videos for quick service locations and table dining restaurants. And hopefully this will be helpful for you when it comes to picking out which restaurants you'd like to dine in when you visit Disney World. My name is Sophie from Most Magical Guides, and I make videos all about my own trips to Disney World and Disneyland Paris, and also planning videos for these destinations. So if you do like that type of content, hit that subscribe button down below. So I am a Disney vegan, so all of the options I tried were vegan dishes at Disney World. So if you are also a Disney vegan, heading to Disney World soon, I hope this list will be super helpful in helping you know where the best vegan food is at. As a vegan, there were some YouTube channels that were invaluable whilst I was planning my dining, so I want to give a big shout out to Princess and the Bear, Vegan Disney Food and Vegan Disney World, and I'll put all of their channel links down below. And if you are a vegan who's going to be visiting Disney World, make sure you go check out these channels. They are going to be the great place to go and see the latest reviews of everything that is there. I had been planning this trip since 2019, so I had been looking up restaurant menus and reviews for many years before it was time for me to book my reservations. Because of this, I already went in knowing which restaurants tended to be better reviewed, had good food on offer, so those are the ones that I went for. So first I'm going to start with the breakfast options. I do love a good breakfast. It's one of my favourite meals a day, and I feel like if you have a good breakfast you are fueled up and ready for the day. So I actually ate in 10 different breakfast locations during my trip. I was there for 21 days, so I had lots of time to try out different places. So let's dive into the best breakfasts I had at Disney World. So my number one, my absolute favourite breakfast I had was at Ohana. Now at the time I was there, they didn't have the character dining at breakfast, and it was just a normal breakfast, and it cost $25, so it's very cheap. They have now got the breakfast with Stitch back, so it is a bit more expensive now, but if you do love Stitch, this is the perfect place to go. I had the plant-based skillet for breakfast, and it was incredible. Everything I had was absolutely delicious. You could order more of the options that you liked the most, although I literally had no space. They had just egg, which being from the UK we do not have here, and it is incredible. The plant-based eggs are unreal. That's something we kind of don't have in the UK yet, and they are so good. The breakfast potatoes were so good. Really good plant-based sausage, and they've just brought out the most exciting thing. We've got some waffles. So you get a Mickey waffle and some Stitch waffles and some syrup. I haven't had a Mickey waffle yet. You also got a really delicious donut. The coffee was good. I had pog juice. Gotta get the pog juice when you come to Disney. There was just so many things. There was fresh fruit. The list goes on and on and on. Guys, the food is so good. I've just had my first Mickey waffle, and it was super delicious and soft and amazing. And I wanted to order some more of the plant-based eggs just because it's such a novelty. And they've also brought some of the breakfast potatoes, and I'm like, I'm literally going to burst. Not only was the food super good, but you also had an incredible view looking over Magic Kingdom. I can't believe what an amazing view I have. I can see the castle, the monument, the Grand Floridian, the volcano. Like, it's absolutely incredible. I actually had this on one of my kind of slower rest days, and I went for a breakfast there, and it was perfect. I could not have had a more relaxing time looking out the window and just being in the Disney spirit, eating amazing food. If you're looking for the like real American type breakfast where you get the waffles and the fruit and the coffee and the juice and the potatoes and the eggs and the sausages, this is such a good option because you're so close to Magic Kingdom. and you're having an amazing food. It's all you care to enjoy. I would definitely recommend for people to come here for breakfast. It is so, so good. And as I say, it's now character dining. So if you do love Lilo and Stitch, be sure you book this breakfast. The second breakfast on my list is at Boma. Boma is a buffet for breakfast, and they do have vegan options on the buffet. They also have a huge selection of various food items. So if you are not vegan or you're traveling with groups of mixed dietary needs, there is lots of options for everyone. The great thing about being vegan is I let my server know, and she spoke to the chef, and the chef then created dishes specifically for me, which were incredible. The babuti was excellent. I still think about it. That's really interesting. There's almost like sweetness to it. I don't know what else there is. Very tasty. It's really good. I think they've used just egg, which I'm a big fan of, as you probably learned by this point. And there's lots of different vegetables like tomatoes, mushrooms also in it. It's really good. This breakfast is one that I constantly think about. Oh my gosh, I wish I was at Boma for breakfast. It was so good. I could spend all day in Boma just eating because everything's so good. I did try all of the vegan options on the buffet apart from the coconut porridge. I've gone up to the buffet and they have the chakalaka, which is the tomato stew. They have some grilled tomato, grilled asparagus, African tots, plantain. So there is a lot to try here. I've got coffee with almond milk and the famous hog juice. So I'm so looking forward to this because there's so much to try. I was so full when I left because everything was so good and there was so much of it. If you are staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge or going to Animal Kingdom for the day, this is a really good restaurant to start your day in because the food is delicious. There's such a wide variety. There's something for everyone, and you are going to go away properly fueled up, ready to go into the Disney park with lots of energy because the food here is top notch. My number 3 breakfast was at Topolino's Terrace. I was so excited to eat here. It was one of my top reservations that I needed to get for this trip, and I'm so glad I got it. Firstly, I got to visit the Riviera Resort, which is stunning. It's so beautiful, but Topolino's Terrace for breakfast is also a character dining location, which was fantastic. What I really liked about Topolino's Terrace is there was lots of space. The character dining was not rushed, so every time you met a character, you'd have lots of time to interact with them, take photos. It was not rushed whatsoever, so it was really meaningful, and I had such fun interactions. Have you been decorating this resort? Because it looks incredible. This is so good. It's perfect. You are a mouse of many talents. It's perfect. The food was also really great. Here I had a wild mushroom scramble, which was kind of like an omelette made of just egg, and it had amazing potatoes with it. So inside the omelette you get mushroom, spinach and tomato, and it's so interesting having like a vegan egg, so it's really nice.
What do you feel like today?
Oh my god. Potatoes are unbelievable. They're really soft, and I don't know what the seasoning is, but they're delicious. Like, this is a really great breakfast. Breakfast is $42. Anything you order on the menu is the same price, and you get your pastries, your main, and then soft drinks, juice or coffee and tea included in that $42. I also ordered a specialty breakfast mocktail. Guys, my breakfast cocktail of Mickey's. It's so cute. I love it. It was so delicious. I loved everything about this experience. If you are looking for a fantastic character dining meal, Topolino's Terrace is one you need to book. It's less busy than other character dining locations because it is in a hotel, but if you are going to Hollywood Studios, it's so easy to get to the Riviera Resort on the Skyliner, so you could easily go to this restaurant, have an amazing character dining breakfast before your Hollywood Studios day, and then just head straight back onto the Skyliner and you're in the park. My number 4 breakfast is Steakhouse 71. I actually went here on my very first day, and it was a great start to the holiday. It was a really fabulous breakfast. Because I am vegan, I'm also a child-free millennial, I had the breakfast of my people, I had the avocado toast, and it was unreal. So first meal at Disney is of course avocado toast. It looks so nice, and I love that you get breakfast potatoes. I didn't even realise that, and I am a big fan of potatoes. I think they are the most versatile foods. Can't wait for breakfast ones. So let's go.
because they're made in the bakery upstairs, of course. Drinks in the cake.
It is so good. You get like an onion jam and it is so good. This is amazing. What a great start. It was so good. Such amazing flavours, really fresh. If you love avocado toast, you definitely need to come here because it is chef's kiss, such a good option. The other great thing is Steakhouse 71 is in the Contemporary Resort, so I ate in here and then I walked 5 minutes to Magic Kingdom and I was straight into the park, so it was a really good option for those Magic Kingdom mornings. My number 5 option is Whispering Canyon Cafe at Wilderness Lodge. I came here on my final day of my trip and I'm so happy I did. Not only is the food really good here, but this restaurant is really fun. The servers all interact with each other and they have people up and dancing, going around the restaurant. Make sure you ask for the ketchup because that is what they are famous for. But there were just loads of fun things going on, as well as you having amazing food. Here I got a vegan frittata. Again, it was super delicious. It's really nice to have egg dishes because, as I say, in the UK we don't really have a vegan egg that's any good at the moment. So in America is where it is at. Everything tasted amazing and it was also really filling. So my frittata has arrived and it looks so good, and it's got melted cheese, the amazing sausage that I haven't had for a while, and some great breakfast potatoes. It looks like a really hearty meal which can be perfect before the flight, so let's dive in. Guys, just egg is amazing. It's so good, it's so realistic. You get peppers inside, pepper jack cheese. This is a really good kind of like frittata omelette, really nice. Plus Wilderness Lodge is such a beautiful resort. It's really great to be able to go and visit and have a little look around, and you can get there on Disney transportation. If you were going to Magic Kingdom, you could always get dropped off there, and then you can get a boat over to Wilderness Lodge, so it's pretty easy to get to if you'd like to do that on your Magic Kingdom day. My number 6 breakfast at Disney World was Chef Mickey's. Now this is kind of a surprising one because Chef Mickey's is known for being very busy, very hectic, because it is a character dining location right near Magic Kingdom. And I have to say, interestingly, the reason it's number 6 on the list is actually because of the quality of the food. Now again, this was a restaurant that at the time was serving family style. It's now gone back to buffet, but where I was vegan, they had the chef come out and speak to me and he made me my food specifically for me. So I've got some super cute Mickey waffles, the tofu scramble looks amazing, and some breakfast potatoes. This is like a dream breakfast for me. I love this type of food, so let's try it. So in this scramble you get bits of tofu, you also get spinach, so it's like a really great scramble. The food here was so good. It was amazing. It was super fresh because the chef came out and spoke to me, went away, cooked it and brought it straight out, and then he kept checking on me to see if I would like any more, which I thought was such amazing service. Chef Mickey's is a character dining location with Mickey and his pals, so if you are looking for the Fab Five, this is a great place to come. What I would say is that it is a very well-oiled machine. Because it is so busy, the character meets are quite quick. You normally will have an attendant come up to you in advance to say get your cameras ready, get your autograph books ready, and they're going to come over, you have like a quick photo, maybe a few sentences, and then they move on. I would say if you're looking to meet Mickey and his pals and have more meaningful interactions, go to Topolino's Terrace. It's a really similar experience because you're getting the same characters, but you get so much more time with them and it's much more meaningful. So I definitely say if that's who you're looking for and it's the characters that you want to meet over everything, then go to Topolino's Terrace. My number 7 breakfast is at Intermission Food Court. This is our all-star music resort, and that is the resort I was staying at for part of my trip. Because it is a value resort, I wasn't really expecting much. I thought it would be very basic, but I had an amazing Mickey-shaped frittata from here, and it was unreal. So for breakfast, I have the Mickey-shaped frittatas. They're plant-based. They look so cute. Everything Mickey-shaped is better. You get 2 of them, and then you also get potato barrels and fruit, so it looks like a really great breakfast. That's super nice. It really tastes like an omelette, like, well, I suppose a frittata. That's what it's meant to be. It's got tomatoes in it. that are really nice as well. Like, I'm super impressed. The frittata was really delicious. It was a great consistency. It also had some veggies in. I got potato barrels and fruit with it, and it was a super great price. I was blown away because, as I say, I was expecting super simple, basic, not very appetizing food from a value resort, but I could not have been more wrong. Even though they are value resorts and the prices are good in the restaurants, you still get excellent quality food. My number 8 breakfast that I had at Disney World was in Galaxy's Edge at Ronto Roasters. I was so excited to try this because not only am I a big Star Wars fan and excited to go to Galaxy's Edge for the first time, but also to be able to have a vegan breakfast option inside the parks is almost unheard of. So it's amazing that Ronto Roasters offers this. The breakfast wrap is so tasty. If you were looking for a quick service option, so it's not going to break the bank and it's quick and easy to go, you're not having to sit down at a restaurant and be served, definitely head to Ronto Roasters. So we've come to Ronto Roasters for breakfast, which is perfect because it's one of the only places where you can get a breakfast in Hollywood Studios, and I have gone for the Brights and wrap, which is the vegan option. The breakfast wraps here are kind of like pita breads with various fillings. Mine had just egg and then like a chickpea slaw, and it was really tasty and unique. Definitely getting this again next time I am there. It's fantastic to be able to be in Galaxy's Edge having your breakfast, but it also is just really good food as well. My number 9 pick is the Mara. I stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge for part of my stay, and I got breakfast one morning from this quick service location, and it was really good. By this point I'd eaten a lot of food, so I decided to actually get a children's breakfast. One of the things you can get there are Mickey waffles, and if you ask for the allergy version then they are vegan, so that is why I offered, and you get 2 sides. You could have had potato barrels or fruit as a vegan, and I went for double potato barrels. In hindsight, that was a lot of potato barrels, and I probably should have got 1 potato barrel and 1 fruit. But this was a super good price. You also got some breakfast syrup to put on top. They were the Simba waffles because it was Animal Kingdom Lodge, and when you're at Disney, everyone wants to have the waffles. You have to have the character waffles, so to be able to have it, it'd be really cheap option, but it's actually still quite a big portion, even though it was a kids meal, was fantastic. So for breakfast I've actually got like a kids meal, but it's actually massive. It was such a good deal, and you also got a drink with it, and I've got the allergy waffles, and then I got double potatoes, that's my like, because potatoes are life. You also get some little syrup, and they are so cute because they are Simba waffles, which is so cute. And number 10 on my list is Erin McKenna's Bakery. If you go to Disney Springs, you'll find Erin McKenna's Bakery, and here everything is vegan, gluten-free and kosher, so it's great because almost everyone can eat here. They have a huge range of different types of cakes, pastries, sweet treats. So what I did one day is I visited Disney Springs in the evening and bought some options to take back to my hotel to have for breakfast the next day. The options here tend to be really affordable, so if you are looking for a sweet breakfast or something that's really quick that you can have in your room, this is a really good option. This is a pineapple upside down cake. I've then got a pumpkin cinnamon donut, which is seasonal because it's now pumpkin season, and this is a coffee crumb cake. I've got 3 different options from Erin McKenna to eat over a few days. I would say that the flavour profile didn't change much depending on what I was eating. So I'm assuming that the general cake mix is similar, and then maybe the toppings are what give it the different tastes for each specific cake. The reason it's last on the list is because the flavour profiles between the 3 options weren't that different, and also I'm more of a savoury person, so it's nice to have a sweet breakfast, but I kind of wasn't like, oh my god, I'm ready for the day. It's more like, oh my god, I'm hyped on sugar. So next up is character dining meals. So I actually had 3 character dining meals during my trip, and I deliberately picked out ones that had really good reviews, and I'm going to let you know what I thought of them now. So my favourite character dining meal, which I've already mentioned, was Topolino's Terrace. The food here was really good, the restaurant was lovely, the decor was really nice. It's on the top floor of the Riviera Resort, you have an amazing view over Disney World. The character interactions were really meaningful and fun, and I just loved everything about this location and the character meets. I love your outfit, the stripes are amazing. Very Riviera. It's perfect. It's absolutely amazing. As I say, if you are looking for good food and also great quality interactions with the characters, this is the one to come to. A lot of the other character dining meals can be a bit rushed because there's so many people, they're so busy, so they kind of have to do it like a well-oiled machine, but it can take a little bit of the magic away. In my second place for my character dining meals was storybook dining with Snow White at Artist Point. This is at Wilderness Lodge, and it is a dinner that you can have, and you can meet Snow White, Grumpy, Dopey, and the Evil Queen. The Evil Queen is one of my all-time favourite Disney characters. I love the villains, and this is the only place you can meet her at Disney World, so I had to go here. The restaurant itself is really beautiful. It's designed to look like a Bavarian forest. Here you get a set meal. I had the plant-based option, so I had 3 different small starters, a main, and then 3 small desserts. Typically, the regular menu tends to serve more kind of like German or European style foods, whereas the vegan options were a bit mixed match. For example, with the starters, one of the things was a summer roll, which is more like an Asian fresh, really tasty, light dish full of vegetables. And then I also had some sausage with sauerkraut, which is typically more German. So it's interesting you had a weird mix of different cuisines, whereas the theming was meant to be kind of like Germany, Snow White. So it was interesting that they kind of were like, just do anything for the vegans. So the vegan starters are a tomato salad, and they look really, really good with a white balsamic. Then it's an Impossible burger, but like a really tiny little version with sauerkraut on top, and then a summer roll filled with vegetables and sweet chili sauce. It sounds amazing. This is all the sort of food I like, so let's tuck in. The sweet chili sauce in the summer roll is so nice, and summer rolls are always great because they're so fresh and light, and then that sweet chili sauce gives you the sweetness but also a little bit of spice. Perfect, really good summer roll. Now I'm most excited for the Impossible meat with sauerkraut. Love sauerkraut, so let's give that a go. Impossible meat is always really tasty. It's really, really good. The sauerkraut, can't really taste much of it, but the meat itself, although it's fake meat, very, very good. I have to say the main was really delicious though. It was the Chicken chicken, and it was plant-based chicken. It had like an amazing sauce on top, some really nice like puree and some veggies. I very much enjoyed that a lot. That tastes really good. It's almost like a chimichurri sauce. Very, very good. It's also like a puree. I don't want to guess again, so I think I'm going to guess wrong, but it's either potato or parsnip. And I know by this point I just keep saying everything is parsnip. It's not. It's really creamy, really, really nice. The cauliflower is really good, and you get traditional cauliflower and purple cauliflower. But the chicken is amazing, but I don't think I can eat 2 whole chicken breasts. And the desserts were really interesting too. There was some chia pudding, there was a gooseberry pie, and then kind of like a chocolate type dessert. I don't know how I feel about gooseberry pie. I don't actually like apple crumble, rhubarb crumble, anything like that. That's kind of similar, so I might try that first. So if I don't like it, I've got other things I can eat. Than it smells. I don't think I've ever had gooseberries before, but it tastes quite good. Next I'm going to try the chia pudding that comes with pineapple. I love pineapple, it's my favourite fruit. Again, that's really nice. The chia pudding I think is made with coconut, so you get a really nice mixture of pineapple and coconut, which is 2 flavours that go together really, really well. All these desserts have been amazing. Let's try the brownie. Oh my god, that's amazing. I actually really liked that you got to try little bits of multiple dishes. So it was really good to have 3 small starters and 3 small desserts. So you had a little range of everything. I would say though that the main menu, so the non-vegan menu, the options did seem much more interesting in the way they were presented. So if you are dining with people who aren't vegan, you'll get to see that, and the presentation was amazing. I would say the only downside is the service was quite slow here. I was there for over 2 hours in total, and I think that was partly because Grumpy kept missing our part of the restaurant. So even though we were sat where the characters do come out, for some reason he was kind of directed away, and it just meant people stood around for a very long time, and between the main course and the dessert there was about a 45-minute wait. So the service was kind of slow here, but the food was very good and the character interactions were super fun, and getting to meet the Evil Queen was fantastic. They also have a photo pass photographer there, so if you do have that included, they can give your official Disney photographs with the Evil Queen, and they'll even take photographs on your phone or camera for you as well. And my number 3 character dining meal that I had was Chef Mickey's. As I say, here it was a little bit rushed, so you did get to meet all of the characters, and actually that was very seamless. Like, they knew the route, you didn't get skipped over, it was perfect, but it was very, very quick. It was kind of like a 1-sentence photograph done. Some of them did have handlers with them, which was nice because they prepare you in advance, and also they could take photographs with you, and being a solo traveller, that was so, so nice. The great thing about Chef Mickey's is it is right near Magic Kingdom, so this is why it's super popular, because if people want to do a character dining meal before going into the parks, you couldn't get a better location. But what you are paying for really is the proximity to Magic Kingdom. You can get better interactions at different character dining locations, and the food could be probably better at other locations too. So really what you're paying for is being able to meet those big 5 Disney characters really close to Magic Kingdom. Next up, I'm going to be ranking the buffets I went to at Disney World. So heads up, I'm not a massive buffet fan, so I only ate at 2 restaurants, but I did have 3 meals at these restaurants. My number 1 buffet that I ate at was Boma for breakfast. Now, as I mentioned before, this restaurant had so much range, and what was really good is they were really great for catering for lots of different dietary requirements. So if you are going in a group with mixed diets, this is a great place to come because everyone is going to have lots they could eat. The food was really delicious. It's a mixture of traditional American food and African food, so it's really, really tasty, and it's good that everyone's catered for. If you're an adventurous eater, there's going to be things there you could try that are new, and if you prefer a more traditional American style breakfast, there's lots of options there too. This is a really great buffet restaurant if you are going to Animal Kingdom for the day, or you're staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge and you will go away full. My number 2 buffet was Biergarten at Epcot. This restaurant was one I was desperate to go to. I'd heard really great reviews, and also the Germany Pavilion is my favourite in Epcot, and I'd never eaten in Biergarten, so I had to go. This restaurant obviously serves German food, and it was so tasty. It's just the sort of food that I really, really like. So I've got a little bit of everything that is vegan. I'm very, very excited. It looks amazing, and there's actually loads and loads of options on the buffet, and my server brought me up a little vegan sausage as well. So let's dive in. The plant-based sausage is really, really good. It's very realistic, it's very meaty, but super, super tasty. The sauerkraut is great. They've got red cabbage, roast potatoes. They've got some really amazing green beans that have garlic, and they also have potato pancakes, but they're in the kids section, so don't skip over that. That is all of the hot selection. They also have cold selection, so they have a bean salad, a tomato salad, they have beets, they have a mustard dressing, pretzel rolls, loads of options here. I had potato cakes with mustard sauce, I had some sausage, there was sauerkraut. All of the traditional German food you think of are served here, as well as a few other options too. Not only is the food fantastic, but the restaurant itself is stunning. Inside, it's all decorated to look like a village, and it's set up to be like Oktoberfest. So they have long tables. They used to seat multiple parties at one table, as you would at Oktoberfest, but when I was there, you were seated at your own individual tables. Something that I love the most is they have a German band come out every so often. That was so much fun. You got to hear some traditional music. There was lederhosen, there were those massive horns you see on the side of mountains. It was so good. living my best life here. I absolutely love it. I've also got some vegan desserts, so you get a little chocolate bar and some vegan cookies, which is very exciting, and I'm absolutely loving the band. I'm having the best time. I also had incredible cast members here. They could not have been more friendly, more chatty. I really had really great interactions. I was so blown away because I'm not the biggest fan of buffets, so I wasn't expecting much, but I really loved the food and just everything about it was brilliant. I just had the best time at Biergarten. I have to say this is one of my favourite meals I've ever had at Disney World. Loved the vegan options here. The food was so tasty. Loved the little band. I was fully living my little German fantasy life in there. It was amazing. I loved it so much that in fact for future trips to Epcot I would absolutely book here again. It's going to be one of my must go to restaurants from now on. So if you do like German food, if you like beer, because here they do the steins, so you can have a stein of beer. If you are looking for a really great buffet in Epcot, then Biergarten is the one. Everyone that comes to the German Pavilion always gets the Schofenhofer, something like, it's called something like that, but it's a grapefruit beer. Now I'm someone that doesn't drink, but the FOMO of seeing so many people getting this drink, I was like, I've got to get one. So, Prost. Oh, that is really nice. And my number 3 buffet is Boma again, but this time for dinner. So Boma serves both breakfast and dinner, and I went for both. Because I did stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge for part of my trip to Disney World, I did actually dine in all of the restaurants at Animal Kingdom Lodge, so I did go twice to Boma. At dinner, it's a African buffet, but there are also American dishes. So again, if you have people in your party that aren't so adventurous with eating, they still would have options. But I would say if you are an adventurous eater or you love African cuisine, you're gonna love Boma. What I liked is, as a vegan, there were loads of options on the buffet itself, which was fantastic. I know before I went to Disney World, I was worried that if you were to go to a buffet as a vegan, would you maybe only have 1 or 2 options? And although you can fill up on them, there's not much variety, it's not great, but you don't need to worry about that at Boma because there are tons and tons of options. So I've gone and got a little bit of everything that is vegan on the buffet, apart from the soup. I'm gonna go back and get that later, and no dessert yet, obviously. So I'm very excited. They have such a large range for vegans, so you will definitely not leave here hungry. This is one of the best restaurants for vegans to come to. So let's dive in. So there is like a coconut rice. I don't know what else is in it. It did say it came with lots of things. Oh my god, it's unbelievably good. The tabbouleh is really fresh. You can taste that parsley, it's really good. They also have pita bread and a variety of different hummuses. There's traditional hummus, there's red tomato hummus, and there's a coriander hummus. I'm gonna try these. The coriander hummus is where it is at. That is absolutely amazing. I went up to the buffet a few times because there were food items that I wanted to get more and more of, and it was just very good. So I've gone up again. I've got some more of the rice. I've got some more of the Zulu cabbage, which I really liked. I've got some of the green beans that have a little bit of a kick to them, just only a tiny bit. And then I've got the stew, the lentil stew. And I've kind of poured it over the rice. I think you're supposed to eat it like a soup. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go put it over some rice. So let's try it. The stew smells incredible. It's really good. It's got lentils and chickpeas. It's like a tomato base. It's got like warming spices. It's not spicy, it's just those warming spices. So that is really good. The Zulu cabbage is warm, and it's got lots of the vegetables in it. It's just really tasty. Again, a great mix of spices, but not spicy. Just really nice. These are like my favourite options so far. And that coriander hummus, definitely get more of that. That was so good. When it came to dessert, there wasn't anything marked on the buffet itself as vegan, but I spoke to my server and she went out the back and from the chef got me specific vegan options for desserts, which was really nice. The cake I had was a chocolate cake that was slightly spiced. I think it was very similar to the flamingo cake you can get at Animal Kingdom Lodge, so that was a really nice way to end the meal. So for the desserts, on the buffet itself, there there are just things like strawberries and grapes, so fresh fruit, no labelled vegan options. I did speak to a chef and he said let your server know and then they can put a request through to the kitchen to send allergy-friendly desserts out. So I've done that. So my server went and got me an allergy-friendly dessert. It is a chocolate cake with some freeze-dried berries on top. It's so good. It's really moist. The freeze-dried berries on top give like a really nice tang and very, very nice dessert. Something I really liked about Boma is a lot of the foods were whole foods, not very many processed foods, and there were no faux meats. So if you are looking for foods that are going to be good, healthy, hearty, whole foods, you know what I mean. If you were looking for that type of food, then Boma is perfect because there were lots of like soups and stews and veggie dishes and just a lot of whole foods. So I very much enjoyed that about Boma. So those are my rankings for all of the restaurants I ate at Disney World, for breakfast, for buffets and for character dining meals. I hope this ranking has been helpful. As I say, there were no meals that were bad and I would actually go back to all of these restaurants again. The food has improved so much in recent years and it's actually kind of now a foodie destination, which is so exciting. If you are going to be visiting Disney World soon, I hope this ranking has been helpful in helping you pick out maybe some restaurants you'd like to try out. Coming soon, I'm going to be having videos ranking the quick service restaurants and the table service restaurants that I ate at, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on them and hit those bell notifications so you know as soon as they go live. Thank you so much for watching this video. I have very much enjoyed talking about the food at Disney World because honestly, it was so much better than I was expecting and it was such a joy. So I'm so glad to be able to share my rankings with you and be sure to check out those upcoming videos too. But until next time, I hope you have a most magical day. Bye bye.